Ronald Reagan, our 40th president, took office during the Cold War, when tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union were high. During his presidency, Reagan succeeded in bringing about the beginning of the end of the Cold War and better relations between the two formerly hostile nations. Reagan unashamedly spoke what he believed, often scaring those whom he called the striped pants diplomats. He labeled the Soviet Union in one speech as an evil empire, and boldly declared in another that the forward march of freedom and democracy will leave Marxism-Leninism on the ash heap of history. It was indeed as he predicted. The Soviet Union and what it represented eventually lay defeated on that figurative ash heap, just like Reagan had said. But how did he become such a great president? Reagan was born February 6, 1911. He grew up in the small town of Dixon, Illinois, with his father Jack, his mother Nell, and his brother John. Young Ronald was greatly influenced by his devout mother, who instilled in him a strong faith that would later shine through during his years in the White House. As an actor in Hollywood, he gained great fame and even became president of the Screen Actors Guild. During his time in Hollywood, he married twice and had several children. Reagan eventually left Hollywood and became a Democrat, but moved to the Republican Party. Something he commonly said was, "I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The party left me." Reagan served twice as governor of California. He twice ran for the Republican nomination for president, but lost both times. Finally, in his 1980 campaign, Reagan won the nomination, challenging the incumbent Jimmy Carter. His catchphrase was, "A recession is when your neighbor loses his job. A depression is when you lose yours. A recovery is when Jimmy Carter loses his." Reagan won, at the time the oldest president ever to be elected. He was 69. Shortly into his administration, he was wounded by a would-be assassin, John Hinckley Jr. However, Reagan survived. It was his belief that God had spared him so that he could bring God's purpose to pass. Reagan was re-elected in 1984. He orchestrated the beginning of the end of the Cold War by fearlessly speaking out about his beliefs. 3 years after he left office, the Soviet Union collapsed. Reagan firmly believed in God as well as freedom of religion. He fearlessly declared his faith, often quoting Jesus. Ronald Reagan died June 5, 2004. He was a great leader, a popular president, and a firm diplomat. He helped bring freedom to millions imprisoned behind the Iron Curtain. Ronald Reagan was a great man whose presidency blessed the whole world.